So after this video, you will make crazy dark melodies every time you want. In fact, we are going to cover the best strategies that you can use if you're a beginner or also an advanced producer, so let's get into it. Sound selection is more important than the melody that you make, but sound selection really comes over time and depends also with your own taste, so let's find one. So I will open an analog lab that is taking forever to load, so I will go in my Phoenix bank and I want to start with a good pad. Oh, this one is perfect. I like this one because it's dynamic, the sound is changing over time. So let's create a melody. We're working in C# minor, and the first thing that I'm going to do is lay down a minor chord. Something like this, maybe make it shorter, copy it, then move down this one semitone. And this chord progression is going to always add a lot of tension in your beat. Yeah. Now let's pitch up the middle notes. And maybe make this shorter and go down to C#. Yeah. Let's just copy this over. Really simple like this. To create this melody I used a strategy where you just start with a chord, but honestly you could just start by laying down a melody. Something like this could really work. So I like to use Portal, where you can customize a lot of things, but I will use some presets from the Phoenix bank. Ooh, that works, man. Oh, and by the way, in this video I will use the Phoenix Melody Production Suite. I know it's a long name, but it's a crazy bundle with over 700 high quality sounds, like real instruments phrases, synth phrases, and everything you need to make this type of beats. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. And then we can add a fruity chorus on this. Okay, I really like that. I think we can render this and maybe flip it in the playlist. And as you can see, Portal messes up the start time of the sample, so we need to understand where the sample starts, or we can just find a part that we can loop. Like for example, this one sounds really good. You can just copy this. So let's set the mode to stretch and we can make the BPM higher, like 165. Oh, now we're talking. Let's try to pitch it up. Let's try to copy this over and make this unique. In fact, a really good thing to do when you have a melody like this is to just make this unique and create a variation that is going to sound good with the first melody. Let's try to reverse it and maybe pitch it up. Yo. I really like this, but I think it could sound a bit more crazy, so I want to automate the pitch of it. That in this beat is always going to sound crazy. That's crazy. This is adding a really nice texture. Okay, now we have that really good foundation. Let's see if it sounds good also pitched down. Man. Okay, I really like that, but before continuing I want to add some bass notes because they're going to add a lot of darkness to our sample. So we're working in B. Wait, we need to add some effects on this piano, because everyone is using that deep piano, but if we add some effects on it, at least it's going to sound something different. And let's try to add also a flanger on this. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a perfect starting point for this beat, but in this beat they add also at least a counter melody, and that's what we need to aim for. Now I think this sounds really good, and some strings will make it sound even better, so we're going to expand and let's try to use these piccato strings down. Wait. Whoa. That's crazy. Now I really like this melody, but of course it's taking a lot of space and an artist will find difficult to upon this. So I think I'm going to turn it into a texture by adding some effects and all the stuff, so let's remove some of the really high end. I want to add some reverb too, but let's use this flamingo verb from Safari Pedals. Yeah, that's crazy. think that's all it needed. And let's use the good old trick to reverse and stretch your samples. Yeah, that's perfect for this, man. Now, I think this sounds crazy, but I need to tell you the trick to make counter melodies sound like this. So the first thing is to search for a sound that has a different frequency range from the main melody. We can see that he's using a lot of this really high end, but also a lot of mid end. And our counter melody is using more this high mid end. Another thing that you can do to blend these two melodies together is to play a lot with the pen. In fact, this one is really stereo and I use the stereo shaper to do that. And this melody is penned on the right and this is going to give its own space to him. As you can see, our counter melody sounds better with the pitch down version, and it's for the same thing with the frequencies that I told you before. In fact, they were using a similar range, but this one is different and is sounding crazy. Okay, this sounds really good, but in this type of beats you want to add also some real instruments phrases because they're going to make it sound more unique. I go in my Finish kit and I want to grab a vocal. What? That's crazy. Let's cut it the first time, and the second time let's just let it play. Pen is on the right, on the left. We are creating a hit. Okay, now it's time to arrange this. Also, the arrangement part is really important because you need to keep the beat interesting without overcomplicating it. So let's try to start with the main melody pitched up, and maybe add the vocal the second time. And let's keep the pitched up part. Let's add a counter melody on the second part. And also the vocal. And then we can pitch down the main melody. And only the counter melody like this. Okay, that works. So actually I wanted to build a bit more this intro and make it sound more interesting so we can hook the listener, and the best way to do that is by just changing the progression. So basically in these dark beats we are always using the same bass notes, but for example in the intro we can change them and to create a different feeling at the start. And then we can just add a bass on this. Let's try something different this time. Then maybe we can create a pause. Yeah, the drums are going to go hard. So let's add some drums real quick, man. Oh, and by the way guys, if you want more episodes of this masterclass where I could go more in depth about melody creation or whatever you want to know, guys, just let me know in the comments. Make a simple pattern like this. Let's try these ones, and we can add a lot of rolls. Now we can click Alt to randomize the pen and the velocity. Okay, let's add a hat too to add a lot of energy. So with it you want to kinda follow the 808, and I know we'll use this pattern. Yes. Set a break too. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And now it's time for the 808. Make sure to reset the pen of your 808s. Yeah. And here we can add a roll. Yeah. And here at the end we can do the Nardo classic. Let's go up to the 6th note of the scale. then go down to the 5th, and then to the 2nd and 3rd. This sounds insane. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, remember to drop a sub, like and comment, and check out this video if you want to make hard beats.